Hey, what is up, you guys? How's it going? How's it going? Happy Sunday. So, we are at the end of the week. Hopefully, you had a smashing week. I really root for you. I want you to succeed. I want you to get great results. I want you to be on top of it. So, for me personally, Sunday is also a numbers day. This is where I review my week and I look how well I did. I look how many people did I prospect, how many people did I get customers, how many team members I get, and I also plan the next week. So I make a plan for the next week so that I know what's going to be happening, what will I be achieving, etc. But today I wanted to talk with you guys about follow up. They say the fortune is in a follow up, and whether you're going to use it or not is up to you. But, because there are some people who go, I just don't follow up. I don't follow up. I don't need to follow up. You can do that, but you're going to be missing a lot of money. You're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table. So today I'm going to give you a couple of great strategies and a couple of great ideas about follow up. So hopefully you'll find it useful. Hey Rasa, thanks for joining in. Right, so if you're watching a replay of this, please do me a massive favor and stick hashtag replay into the comments, because this way it allows me to connect with you guys, allows me to see who watched the live and who watched the replay. And if you're new, if you've never watched one of my videos, please comment new into the comments so that I know who's new, and I again can connect with you, say hi to you and things like that, because I like to connect with my viewers, connect with people who watch these videos. Okay, so today we're going to talk about follow up, and I want to start a little bit, maybe a little bit harsh, right? So if you don't follow up, you don't care about impacting families. I'm going to repeat that. If you don't follow up, you don't care about impacting families. What I mean by that, right? So let me give you an example, right? So imagine somebody died in your family or within your local community, and you got the task to ring around everybody to ask who could maybe contribute some money, who could donate some money to help out the family in which the person died. Hey Ruta, thanks for joining in, right? So your job is to just ring everybody within the local community or within the family and ask, hey, could you help out at all? Could you donate some money, etc. And let's say you ring everybody through and 40 people commit to donating some money. So 40 people say, hey, we're going to give some money. Yeah, we'll give 100, we'll give 200 or whatever, right? So, and now it's time to collect because the funeral is very, very soon. My question is, how many of those 40 will you follow up with? So if those 40 said, I'll contribute money, how many of those 40 will you actually give a ring and go, hey, it's time now to collect the money, so can I get that money from you? Like everybody, right? Because you care about the family where the person has died, you care about supporting that family. So because you rang all of these people and because 40 of them said that they will contribute, you're going to follow up all of them, won't you? Absolutely, right? Because you're doing a good thing for that family, right? Well, the question is then, why aren't you follow up people in your business? So if you reached out to people before, if you've sent people some information, if you sent people a video, if you had any contact with people, why would you not follow up with them? And the reason why is probably because you feel very differently about following up with people in your business and following up in the example that I just gave. Because there you feel like you're doing a good job, you're helping out, this poor family where the person has died. But then when it comes to follow up within your business on, follow up with your prospects, you feel like, maybe I'm pestering them, maybe I'm bothering them, etc. And again, 99% of the time, it's all in your head, right? So you have to change the way that you look at follow up. If you don't follow up, you don't care about impacting families, because that person, trust me, I have seen many people who joined the business or who didn't join the business because somebody didn't follow up with them. So people expect you to call them. If you send them information, if you send them a video and you don't follow up with them and you don't call them and you don't message them, they feel like, that person didn't follow. Even though they could call you, even though they could message you, but they will never do. Simple as that. They're expecting you to do that. And if you don't follow up with them, in their eyes, you are not professional. You don't follow through. So you send me the information, but you didn't message me to ask how was it. You didn't call me to check up with me, which means you're not serious about my business, so I'm not joining your team. Simple as that, right? So you might be thinking, oh, they will call me back if they're interested. They will message me if they're interested. No, they won't. No, they won't. I can promise you that. Like 99% of the time, they don't. Out of 100, maybe one will call you back and go, hey, I watched the video. It's amazing. Can I join your team, right? Like, it's going to happen so rare, you're going to be shocked when it happens. Most of the time, they're not going to call you back. But if you call them back, if you follow up with them, not everybody, but a lot of them will join your business. A lot of them will buy your product, right? But you have to be professional. You have to do what you said you're going to do. You have to do what you promised, because you said, hey, I'm sending you a video. I'll give you a ring tomorrow. I'll give you a ring in a couple of days, or whatever, right? You should have booked some sort of a follow up. You should have prepared them that you're going to be following up, right? So that's one. Number two is that a lot of network marketers make a huge mistake where they go, well, I'm not going to follow up. I'm just going to chase new business. I'm going to find new people, which is ridiculous, but that's what they do, right? But the reality is, it's 10 times easier to sign up somebody who you are already exposed to the business if you just follow up with them than to sign up a brand new person. Because if you want to sign up a brand new person, you have to get in touch with them, you have to send them the information, you have to build some sort of a rapport with them, etc., 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 right? It's a long process. But if you have somebody who previously have raised their hand and said, hey, I'll take a look, hey, I'm open-minded, it will be a lot easier to recruit that person. It'll be a lot easier to get in touch with that person, right? So don't make your own life harder, don't make your own work harder, and chase new business all the time. Instead, follow up. You have reached out to a lot of people. If you've been in this business for any length of time, you've reached out to a lot of people and you've written them off saying, oh, I've sent them a video 2 years ago. They never joined my business. I ain't calling them again. Hey, again, it's a mistake. You can go that route. It's up to you. But I tell you now, it's a mistake, because a lot of those people who you reached out 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, they said no, not no forever, but no right now. They were not ready at that time. It wasn't a good time for them at that time. But if you call them now, 6 months later, 2 years later, 3 years later, their life might be in a completely different place. And those people might go, oh, thank God you called me, right? I was just thinking about you. Like amount of times I had that when I call somebody, whether, who already been in a business, for example, and been inactive, or somebody who I follow up, and they go, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you called me. I'm just looking for something now, or something just happened in my life and I'm now ready. It's now a great time for me, etc. But unless I followed up with them, it would have never happened. Hey, Antonio. Hey, Mustafa. Hey, Pranav. Thanks for joining in, guys. Right? So it's so vital to follow up with people. You are sitting on hundreds, if not thousands of contacts that you could be following up, but you're just not doing it. You're just not keeping in touch, right? So one of the greatest ways to follow up with people for me is update plus deflection. Right? So if I've reached out to you 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, and you said you were not interested, right? Or you said you're too busy or whatever, the easiest way for me to follow up with you constantly is to use update plus deflection. So I can go, hey, John, I know this business is not for you, but a team member of ours just got a brand new car. Maybe somebody who needs a new car and an extra income. Let me know. Right? Or hey, Peter, I know this business is not a fit for you, but we just got a free trip to Germany, and maybe somebody who likes to travel and would like some extra income, right? Update plus deflection. So I give them update, something that happened in my business, maybe for me, maybe for somebody in the team or in the company, it doesn't matter. And the deflection is, hey, I know this is not for you. Hey, I know you told me you're not interested, but maybe you know somebody, right? And very often they'll go, hey, actually, I'll take a look. I remember you showed it to me 6 months ago, a year ago, wasn't the right time. I'll take a look now, right? And one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is become a collector of stories. Start collecting stories within your company and within your business, how your business or your products have changed up other people's lives. You cannot imagine how powerful that is. And when you're listening to stories, you want to pay attention to certain details. For example, their location, their age, their profession, their family status, and special circumstances. So let me just give you some examples and how you can use it and how it can be very, very helpful. Hey Rita, thanks for joining in. Right? So let's say in your company, it's a convention. Like, one of the best things to do is go to the conference, go to the convention, because a bunch of people are going to go on stage and tell their stories. And you can literally just write those stories down, commit them to your memory, etc., because it will serve you very well, right? So let's say you're at your company convention or you're at the local business opportunity meeting, and a lady goes up on a stage and goes, well, I'm a nurse, I used to be a nurse, or I'm a nurse right now, and this is how this business have changed my life. I'm now financially independent. I've now got a brand new car from the company, or I'm now making this income, right? Guess what you should do? You should now follow up with all the nurses that you know. Right? So you can reach out to Susie and go, hey, Susie, I know this business is not for you, but this lady who's a nurse just picked up a brand new Mercedes in a company. Maybe you know some nurses who need an extra income and would like a brand new car. Right? And for them, it will have much bigger impact because they can relate to that person because they're also a nurse, right? Right? So it helps them to associate, right? Hey, John, I just have a friend, Peter, who's a driver, just qualified, for £8,000 bonus. Who do you know who's a driver and would like some extra income? Hey, Tanya, thanks for joining in, right? So what you want to do, you basically, once you heard the story, you need to think, who do I know who are similar to this person, right? Another might be location, right? So let's say your company just opened up Malaysia, right? So you can go, okay, who do I know from Malaysia? Or who do I have on my Facebook who's from Malaysia? So I can reach out to them and go, hey, I don't know if you know, but our company just launched in Malaysia, right? So that's the story that you can use, right? Or the age. Now, the only time I would use age if it's very low, like if they're very young, or if they're very old, right? So we have a lady who's in her 70s who reached a milestone in our team, in our business, right? So again, I can use her as an example. So if I'm speaking to somebody who's like 60 something and they go, oh, it's too late for me to be successful in, or too late for me to start something new, I'll go, hey, let me tell you a story about Danute, right? Who's 70 something and she's crushing it, right? So there's always stories that you can tell that people will be able to relate to better, right? Or for example, family status. Now again, when I mean family status, I'd look for people who stand out. So maybe people who have 4 kids, 5 kids, 6 kids and succeed in the business. Or people who are single moms and they crush it in this business, etc. Because very often people will give those things as an excuse why they couldn't succeed. Right? Or for example, maybe you reached out to somebody before and they said, hey, look, I can't do it because I have 4 kids. So now if you're at the conference and you see a lady who has 4 kids, who just qualified for a brand new Mercedes or who just hit a, big rank or whatever, you can you can follow up with that person and go, hey, Susie, I know this business is not for you, but, Tanya, who got 4 kids and she just, reached the highest rank in her company and making huge money. It was an amazing story to hear her at the conference. Maybe you know somebody who has loads of kids and would like some extra income. Right? This way they can relate. They go, yeah? They also have 4 kids? Pardon me. Right? So this way, it gives them that relatability where they go, I'll take a second look. I'll think about it more. I'll give it, a benefit of a doubt. Or special circumstances. So what I mean by special circumstances, for example, recently we had a conference and a couple went on a stage and both, a guy and a girl, and both of them are deaf, right? So they can't hear, right? So when I'm talking to somebody and somebody gives me an excuse why they can't succeed because they don't feel well, because this and the other, I can go, well, there's a couple who are deaf and they're crushing it in our business. And you using, that there was product unavailable or that somebody was rude to you as an excuse not to chase your dreams and as an excuse not to go crush it in this business, well, right? They can't come back from that. They can't go, oh, but probably, the sense of smell is much better, right? It's like, it's powerful stuff. So if somebody had some special circumstances where they overcame certain challenges or they overcame some difficulties and they still became successful in the business, it's an amazing story to have to share with other people. So when they give you some lame excuse why they can't succeed, you can go, hey, let me tell you about this person. And they overcame that challenge. Do you think you could overcome your challenge to chase your dreams, to achieve your dream lifestyle, to achieve your dream income? And then when they compare their challenge to that person's huge challenge, they realize that, hey, I have no excuse. I have to make it, if I'm serious about it, right? So it's really, really powerful, special circumstances, right? So use those things, become a collector of stories and use those things to follow up with people, right? So the next time you hear of a success in a company, think, what do they do for a living or what they used to do for a living? What's their family status? What's their age? What's their location? And who I could use them as an example to follow up with them, right? You'll be surprised. Hey, Jonas, right? So you'll be surprised by how people will be able to relate, how people will be able to go, wow, I can't believe that person is just like me and they're crushing it in your business. Maybe I need to give it a second look, right? So it's really, really powerful stuff. Awesome, guys. I hope you got value from this. I really appreciate all the hearts and all the thumbs up and everything. I appreciate your love. If you did get value from this training, feel free to share it with other people who might also get value. Now, if you're already in home-based business or if you're already in network marketing and you'd like to learn how to get more customers and how to get more sales, I've got a free training for you. If you go to titaniumsuccess.co.uk/sales, you'll be able to download a free audio with 26 different ways how to find customers and sell more products. And number 17, you're going to really like it. The strategy number 17 will teach you how to turn your Facebook into a cash machine. Right? So go ahead to titaniumsuccess.co.uk/sales and you'll be able to download that free training with 26 different strategies and get value from that. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great rest of your Sunday and I wish you an awesome week next week. I hope you're going to crush it. I hope you're going to achieve your results and have a smashing week next week. Bye for now. See you at the top.